Welcome back to the channel, people. This is week in the life of a plumber. Episode 3, real life challenges continues. So today we're looking at a leak which is happening in one of the plant rooms which you actually take care of. There is a leak detection system in this room, but we do need to identify where the leak is coming from and contain it. If not, stop it. So let's just find out what we got to do and find out where it's coming from. People, I've got to tell you about this moment. There's a magnet which is on the back of the DJI mics, yeah? And if you lose it, it's just hell, innit? So I had it on me and I couldn't find where it is. You know when you feel what you're wearing slowly and realise, oh shit, I've dropped this. And then I thought, oh my, why me? Why? Don't worry, people, I found it. I know you was thinking, let me just send him one, but thank you to the good people in the comment section. I appreciate you. Right, we've got to tidy up and then we've got to go somewhere else because this was just a quick call out. Again, we'll be back to do the repair sometime soon when the suppliers lets us know that they've got that PRV in, and then we can come and just fit it quickly. Well, it's not going to be quickly because you've got to drain down and all of that stuff. Anyway, that's for another video. That's why you should always keep it locked with me, because you might see something different every time you see me. We're going to move on to the next job swiftly and quickly. Right, this one's a little bit of a pickle one because this was a radiator which wasn't heating up. It was this one radiator which wasn't heating up. They already had a power flush. They already had some new parts fitted on the boiler. So at this point, we had put some cleaner into the system and allowed that to work itself in. And then we was back to drain it down, but also drain down every single radiator individually and just flush the line because it's already been power flushed already. So you need to understand what point it's at the moment. So what we needed to do was obviously rig something up just by this radiator and flush it, but also be able to flush the system from this flow side here, which is the closest to the camera, which you can see now. And what we do is we just set this little bit of copper into it basically and drain off and run off the main system, so running off all of the water that's in the system, and then we're going to flush each radiator separately to see if any bits are inside the pipework. If we're pulling anything out, at least we can know that there might be a problem area there. So we work by process of elimination. I know everybody does things differently, but this is how we done this particular job. And again, needing to drain down the system, so obviously you're letting air into the system as well, and needing to bleed obviously after when you're starting to fill up. But you're all going to see it in a process. I mean, I'm not going to talk all over it. It doesn't make any sense.
No, I'm just surprised that I just went to let some air out and it squirted on me.
Do you want a towel?
No, sorry.
Always appreciate a little bit of feedback in the comment section from people who watch these videos. These videos are quite long, but I think I'm leaning to more of doing this style of like vlog of my week because it helps me being able to put out longer forms of content, but bits which I know people are interested in, which is what is a normal day like in the real world, innit? The normal day in the real world is that you go to have one job booked in, but you end up doing 2 or 3. And in our case, it's a little bit different because we've got clients, but also got places which we specifically just do a maintenance contract there, and any additional works tends to kind of fall our way as well. But outside that, we still have obviously friends and family and other people who contact us as well, new clients, which is always a good thing because it gives a chance for me to film if it's possible. But again, something like this, it's just someone's hallway. Like I don't find this being too intrusive because nobody needs to know whose hallway it is. Nobody will know. But it's just a problem which we come across today, which I wanted to share with everyone, just because other people might have had this, and I know if you carry on watching, you will get to the same conclusion as we did when we done it.
Yeah, just put standard.
So I've wet vacuumed all of the stuff which has come out of this radiator, and I want to see what's inside it and how it compares to the rest of the water which we're actually pushing out of the system. Because what we're going to do is isolate all of the radiators and flush them through individually at separate points, and also look at the water to see how it looks and to see if there's any dirt, debris in it. But coming up in a minute, you'll be able to see what was inside that wet vac, and I was quite surprised as well. But I thought to myself, it's not as bad as I've seen it in other places.
All you need is a short bit of pipe, a nut and an olive.
So we're actually going to use that TMV on the side to act as our drain for our system, and I'm just going to turn it, twist it a little bit, and that will allow us to be able to put a bit of copper into it, and then from the bit of copper we're going to go straight into that hose, and then we're going to drain it out in the street, and we're going to be able to look at the water which comes out of the system to see if it's more murkier, dirtier, or it's like what people would like to call category 4 or category 3, depending on if you know what it means. This ain't one of them types of shows. But anyway, we're going to continue with that because this is the process of elimination, and then we're going to work back to the boiler and when we get the real meat in the bones. Because when you look at what other engineers have done from before you and you read the report, it kind of gives you a timeline of what work obviously happened and what conclusion people got to. But when you keep on getting to the same thing, which is it's not working, or this specific radiator is not working, you just have to do more diagnostics is the answer. Be honest with you. That's why it's a patience game, because if you're not patient about it, you might miss something, innit? And it's like a tick list. Is it firing? Is it reaching temperature? You know, we can keep going. Is the TMVs open? Is the lock shield open? All of that needs to be done. So this is the process that we're all going to go through. Even when I look back at these types of jobs, what I do in a week, I can definitely say I learned something, and I hope people learn something from my content, whether it's understanding how to do something, a correct way how to do something, or just, I didn't know that. Whatever, guys, put what you learned in the bottom. If you didn't, you didn't. If you did, you did. Well done to you. At the end of the day, this is what my channel is all about, you know, showing the reality of what happens when you're on a day in a life, right? And I've been doing this for 22 years and some change. That's 2 years if you didn't know. I learned stuff even today, I learned stuff from making this video about plumbing, which some things I should have known. Yeah, I take heed to that. But if I'm not regularly doing these jobs, I'm not going to be as seasoned as others who do it all the time. Do you get it? So, but the ones who do it, they know how much work goes into it when you're doing something like this. It's just not an easy task at the end of the day. It's time consuming because you got to go to every radiator. It's time consuming because now we're making up little tailpieces, but again, you could have stuff like this made up already because you do this on a regular, but we did pack to go towards this job. So we always make sure we have some bits and pieces, but as a plumber in London, I'll be real with you, you got to have a massive van to have everything, innit? And that's just attracting people to come and boot off the van doors one day. And we don't want to see that, innit? So we don't even do that. Anyway, moving from that, let's continue with the vid. Yeah, I'm gonna crack it now. Yep. This one I'll do. So close here. Have to shut this one. Oops. Close that. I'll open this one. Little one. Oh, that's hard. 5. Easier to do with the cap on now. See that? Why am I happy? I'm happy because we are now connecting the system back on, and now we're going to be moving up to the boiler. Because all the up and downs, they were killing me. But I've done it, and I've done it with a smile on my face because this is just work, people. Some people haven't got work. Some people are struggling in life. Me, I enjoy a little bit of what I do, so that's why I do make some content. What are we doing right now? We are putting inhibitor into the system. You should always do this if you've drained it down. Remember, you're just putting in normal water if you just put it on. Doesn't make sense, does it? Make it make sense. And we've got this little funnel as well because so even when I was filling this up, I was saying to myself, why is it taking so bloody long? I just want to get on to the next part. And I had to search out to find out what it was because I think that's what these videos are about. Me learning stuff, you learning stuff too. And it's because of airlock and pressure differentiality. I hope I said that right. But yeah, those two things are the reason why it takes so long for liquids to go in there. And you can see the hand on the hip, I wasn't impressed. Obviously not. Made me miss out on a little lunch for girls. But anyway, if you watch my social, which is linked in my description box, my Instagram, I recently put a post up most recently. So let's go back to this boiler because this is where we're at now. This is the pipe what links onto the filter, and you can see they shouldn't have these gate valves on them, but they have done. This was a little while ago when this was installed. We wanted to make sure that line was clear, but by making sure, you want to take it off, obviously run it a little bit, and then find out that there's nothing, coming out of the pipes, or there's no black build-ups inside there or anything like that. But the only thing we could label it out to now is obviously the pump. That's right, people. We've got to that point where we've said to ourselves, it's got to be the pump, nothing else. All right, this is one for the Thames Water boys, the ones what keep on going around to people's properties saying, you know what, you're using this much amount of water and we're going to bill you if you don't stop the leak, what's happening in your house, get someone round immediately to find out what it could be. And it's this culprit. You see it, I zoomed in on it, I made sure that everybody saw it, and this one little leak can definitely cost you a lot of money. When I mean a lot of money, I'm sure this person had to pay something close towards £1,000 fine if it wasn't fixed before a certain time. So Superman jumped into the step and I got there. Steppy vibes. So anyway, I let it fill for a little bit, let it run and realise what was the problem, seeing if it was shutting off. And what I did do is I tried to adjust that little nut on there to push it up closer to the pin. But the failure of that, I'm going to have to turn the water off, which I didn't really want to do because there wasn't any valves locally. As you know, this is real world plumbing at the end of the day, yeah? This is what happens when you go to people's properties. Don't think that everybody's got an isolation valve or they even know what it is or know where to turn off the water at all. You're the professional, you're supposed to know everything, and if you don't, they'll be looking at you sideways. What I'm doing now is just confirming that the toilet is leaking from the pan and it is running down the pan all the time, and that's the yellow stains you can see inside the pan. And that's what water will do when it runs on something for a very, 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 very long time. I'm glad you understand what's going on. Sorry about that, I was rudely interrupted. My mate called me. He had something important to say. But I wanted to tell you that, a running toilet just like this, yeah, it can cost you in the excess of £3,000. Wow, as a leak. A dishwasher's the same, and a urinal can be up to like 10,000. I got these statistics from something I know and something I worked with before. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you that. And anyway, that's the part what I've got to get. And this is where I've closed it off from as well. I don't like touching these, specifically because I've had one of them share off before on me. And I thought, was it just me? Or was it just bad luck? Don't know. People, I was just saying to myself when I was in Screwfix just now, I know that person and I see someone who I know. It's always nice to see someone who you know. And I was like, "Rah, are you gonna change the toilet siphon yourself and do all that?" Yeah. She's like, "Yeah, I've been living on my own for a minute." I'm like, "You know, you have to take the toilet apart. You know that, innit?" And she's like, "Oh, well, good thing you're here. Let me get your number." That's organic, and that's like, that's how you know that fate put you in the right place at the right time. You know. But yeah, let's get on with the rest of the day. Got what I need. I got this float valve from there, and need to get some fuel as well, because just running beeping low. I think, should I just get it one time when I'm out? I'm only like locally to where I need to be, so I'm just gonna get some fuel. Like, fuck it, I can't bother to like have any forms of breaking down. I need to go to my next job straight away after, and I think that will proper slow me down. Petrol station is just in front of me, so it won't kill me. But yeah, I had to tell you about that little moment, people, because it's nice just to see people who I know. I don't see them that often. Drop me a number, say really rude, what's going on, gra 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 gra, all of that good stuff. Yeah, do you know what I was fucking praying for this morning? That this person had a tidy house, because I've realised that dirty houses are the thing which makes me say I need to give this job up really soon. I don't know what it is, man. I just can't deal with dirty yards. People got dirty houses, don't clean up and all that. I don't know, man. Like, you know, people are coming to your property and stuff like that, and like, why does it look like this, man? I understand everyone isn't always able. I've went to some people's houses who were truly old people, and you know, like, the way they was living was wild, but wild. I mean, yo, crazy, absolutely crazy. But I kind of expect that from people of that age who can't take care of themselves, but some of us who can need to do a better job, man. Anyway, that's enough of that rambling on. I'm gonna get on with the deer. Hopefully I can film some more content. Let's get it. So I'm back from that quick escapade. Now I need to just take off the two nuts. But obviously I wanted to film this from a POV point of view. I've got a few other ones coming up after this as well. So make sure you stay locked in. You obviously subscribe. You've turned on them bells for the notifications and all of that good stuff. And now let's get to the quick install. Again, it's not nothing too much. But remember, if you're ever going to take off these float valves, make sure you have got that fiber washer to be able to change on there, because if anything's going to leak, it's going to be that. You know, they're just not the same. So change them if you can, innit? And make sure you got some good adjustables as well. And it's only 15mm nut, that's all it was, that 15mm nut. And I'm not sure what size the other nut is, which is inside it. But these are like my two favourite tools to kind of use when it comes to doing stuff like this. I don't know, tell me if anybody's different, innit? But I'll just speed it up so you guys can see what it is. Job number 2, people. Alright, let's talk about that last one, right? So, anytime you try and cheat yourself as a plumber, it will come back to bite you in your fucking ass. What do I mean? You know, that fibre washer, I did see it, and I saw it being quite brittle, yeah, but I thought, nah, I can get away with it. I'm John Wick. You feel me? But fucking, it leaked. You saw it, innit? I don't mind leaving my bloomers in there, you know, because even though I was in control, I didn't like that I had to turn it off from that mains valve, but where the meter is. But I've had bad experiences from them. I've had one of them snap on me before, and I just felt like, why me, man? Why the fuck has it got to be me? Like, why did they pick anyone on this earth but me to touch it? So now I just think to myself, you know what? Let me just hope and pray, man, because Jesus Christ needs to be on my side anytime I do jobs nowadays, man. I don't really want to be coming back. I don't want to be feeling and suffering, but it's what we have to do sometimes, so we move, people. Like I said, I saw someone who I know in the screw fix, which was quite cool. I'm nearly finished for the day. I know what I have to do for this job now because I've been there before. And if you've watched any of the vlogs, there was a video which I've done here before, most recently. So I'm not going to spoil it. It's a nightclub where we're going to now. But you just have to come along for the adventure. I still got to do the parking as well. That's what was really taking a long time before. But my uncle's being the PA. I'm being the person that does the jobs. I'm going to get that done. And I fancy some avocado today. Maybe avocado and fish fingers. It's weird. And I'm going to have it in a little bun. I'm going to show you what I mean anyway. Because today you're going to spend the whole day with me. Instead of me just doing it just for the times when I'm working and that's it. We're just going to do the full day. Because there's a lot to see and a lot to what I don't show, innit? Obviously there's only a certain amount that I can show anyway. But anyway, onwards and upwards. Let's go. It said it's not flashing yet. There's no water in the pan. Open. So removed, I've realised that's the culprit. That's cool, right? So I'll connect that back on. This one down. Isolated and just take it off. test it quickly. We're on the move, people, we're on the move. In and out, know what I want. Waste no time. Feeling good about today. Hope you are all subscribed, liked and shared, and smashing that bell icon so you can know when the next videos are being uploaded. Again, this is a real life, day in the life for me, innit? I don't sugarcoat anything. Sometimes I'm more busier than what I want to be. Other times I'm just a little bit more focused on what I want to do. This, I've been here before, so I kind of knew what it was. So it shouldn't be no stress, no drama. But yeah, stay tuned. Right. You got a side entry inlet valve?
Yeah, what size is that? Yes, I know that one. That is, you want the same one?
Only, yeah.
It's a half switch, that's it. Yeah, I know that one. I've seen them around. Just see if I can find one for you.
Cheers.
Could be any of them. Frankly, any of them.
Oh, you're right. Pneumatic gun.
Yeah. Basic.
What one you got?
Well, I've got beat the apprentice to death with, or hand over to the apprentice kind of one. So, you know, hard duty, soft duty.
How much the this one for apprentice?
Yes, it is.
How much is that one?
9.90.
Might go for a flashlight. You don't know, it's this hardware store here. And at this point, people, everything was going absolutely rosy. All I need to do was just install this inlet valve, which was the entry from the side, and then I can bugger off and get the hell out of here. But I had a little hiccup with the valve as it was touching. Again, I made sure I actually replace the fiber washer before you say anything, but had a little leak and had to make sure I tightened it up properly. But that's the reason why I double tapped my screwdriver on the side of it. Not that that helps, but I think that sometimes with a bit of will, there's a bit of way. And got myself out of it at the end. And I actually tried to hold my light up here just so you guys could get a good shot, because I care about content that much. And if you've stayed around this far, you might as well subscribe to the channel, because these long form videos is a way of me telling you or showing you the reality of my job, which I do and which I enjoy. And if you want to watch any more of these types of videos, definitely do subscribe. Definitely turn on your notifications, and yeah, look out for the next time when I drop them, because I do them all the time. I want more people part of the community, people that want to learn about what a plumber does. This is the perfect video for you. Again, I've been doing it for a while, but longer forms of videos and long form content is definitely something I will be concentrating on with my channel. There's one thing I've learned, which is being patient about doing stuff, yeah? And that little leak was ticking me off. So I made sure that it was tight enough, and I made sure it wasn't leaking at all. I flushed it many a times before I left, made sure it was clean, and made sure I was happy with it operating, and that was the right thing to do. And I wrote that in my report with the close-ups of my videos. Again, don't let these things defeat you, people. I think sometimes at work we get a bit frustrated, you know, sometimes angry. You say, fuck, all that, shit, bullshit, all of that. But just take a breath, step back, come back to it, and then proceed. You might have a clear head of way of doing something. You might see something you wasn't doing before and say to yourself, that's what I need to do. And what I did straight after this, I put the cover and the case back on, and I got the hell out of there. Just like that, people. We are out. Let's get it, man. That's why you gotta know what you're doing in this trade. Or else you'll be wasting your time. And when someone sees you when you're on your phone doing a YouTube video, like, hopefully they're subscribed, they're liked. Yeah. Who knows? Anyway, let's go. See ya.